I have always thought that honesty is essential in a marriage. Recently, I realized that being honest without setting boundaries can hurt more than lies can. My wife, Joan, was standing before me, her arms folded, an odd look and a calmness that I found more unsettling than anger. We had once again drifted into yet another tense conversation, the air thick with frustration. It began with her complaints about feeling undervalued, and quickly spiraled into a territory I couldn't believe we were even exploring. Then, with cold clarity, she said it. If intimacy matters so much to you, then it should cost something. At first, the words didn't fully register. I chuckled nervously, searching Joan's face for the joke punchline, some playful smirk to break the tension. But there was none. Just her unflinching gaze, unwavering and serious. "Are you serious right now?" My voice revealed my disbelief more than anger. She shrugged lightly, examining her nails like she was discussing weekend plans. "You heard me. I've been giving freely in this marriage for too long. My body, my emotions, my energy. It's time there's an exchange, some fairness." I stared at her, feeling as though I had stumbled into a different reality. "You want me to pay for intimacy?" She sighed as if I was missing the whole point. Shaking her head slowly, she said, "Not just money, but gestures, gifts, tangible appreciation. Nothing comes from nothing." The shock numbed me more effectively than any rage could. It wasn't just what she said, it was how casually she said it, as if marriage was merely transactional, love an outdated concept replaced by accounting. That night, sleep was impossible. I lay beside her, my mind relentlessly replaying our conversation, haunted by memories of how much I'd already given. Anniversary trips were meticulously planned, her hobbies generously supported, and emotional labor quietly shouldered through her family dramas. And now, all of that felt worthless, reduced to a ledger she was audacious enough to wave openly in my face. Morning found me hollow and withdrawn. Over coffee, she casually handed me her phone, screen glowing with a shopping cart filled to overflowing. "Can you cover this today?" "It's important," she said, tone expectant and casual. I stared blankly, silence stretching long enough to draw her eyes back to me. "Are you even listening?" she asked impatiently. "Yes," I replied calmly, setting the phone down. "I'm just finally hearing you." The next afternoon, while buried under paperwork at the office, a message popped up. A sleek invoice from my wife, titled "Intimacy and Emotional Support, $1,500. The attached note, "Fair exchange." Something quietly snapped within me then, not with noise or fury, but a simple, gentle break, as if letting go of a rope I'd been clinging to for far too long. I didn't respond to the invoice. Instead, I began pulling back quietly, methodically. No more thoughtful errands, no spontaneous gifts, no attentive gestures that once marked my affection. I didn't become hostile. I merely became reserved and withdrawn into the silence she had created. Days passed. I watched her closely. The indulgent dinners ordered every night, clothes arriving daily, piled high on unopened boxes in our hallway. I noted her obliviousness to the shifting sands beneath her feet. Then came the moment that sealed my resolve. A voice memo arrived, her tone smugly triumphant. "Babe, I thought of a monthly intimacy retainer. Fairness in our marriage, you know." I listened twice, not to understand, but to accept what had finally become obvious. My marriage had died, replaced with negotiation, with contracts where love once existed. That evening, I quietly transferred funds into my personal accounts and scheduled discreet meetings with my lawyer friend Mark. The trap she thought she'd laid had missed its mark. I'd seen it coming clearly enough. A few days later, arriving home early, I overheard her on a call, her voice playful and conspiratorial. "He won't say a thing. He'll pay up. He always does." I paused in the hallway, feeling strangely calm, as I heard her openly mock the trust I had freely given. When I confronted her later, I did it without shouting, simply sliding a printed email and financial statements across the kitchen table. She paled visibly, her facade crumbling. "You can't," she started weakly. "I already have," I interrupted gently. "Your terms were clear and I refused them." "What are you saying?" she whispered. "I'm saying intimacy doesn't have a price, but disrespect certainly has a cost." Without drama or anger, I packed a single bag and left. She called after me, voice brittle, desperate. "We can fix this!" I turned at the doorway, offering her only quiet clarity. "Some things can't be repaired once you put a price tag on them." I walked out then into a future where affection wouldn't come with invoices, where love would never be transactional again. Silence trailed me, powerful and final, saying everything that needed to be said.